Most players suck at pistols, but some players are way better on pistols than any other weapon. So what are they doing differently? Today, I'll be showing you the most common mistakes people make on pistol rounds, the 4 pillars of pistol aim, and how you can become so good at pistols that people think you are cheating. So first of all, why should we even care about our pistols? Each half of Counter-Strike starts with a pistol round, and these rounds are actually some of the most important in the game. Going off of data from recent tournaments, teams that won both pistols won the game 75% of the time, and it makes a lot of sense. Winning a pistol round usually secures you 2 or 3 rounds total, including the pistol round itself. So winning both pistols at the bare minimum gets you 4 to 6 out of the 13 rounds you need to win a game. Okay, so pistol rounds are really important, but how do you win these rounds, and how does having good pistol aim help? A common misconception is that pistol rounds are completely random, and while there are some more random elements in a pistol round, in reality, pistols are very tactical, and even more importantly, aim is a huge factor. Because of how limited utility is on a pistol round, you are generally going to have to win a lot more aim duels. Another thing that makes pistols sometimes seem really difficult is that you need to utilize many different aspects of aim. Crosshair placement, tracking, and flicking are all utilized a lot more in pistol rounds. Rifle aim is generally a lot more about crosshair placement as well as spray control, but obviously pistols don't have spray patterns unless you use the CZ. But you definitely shouldn't use the CZ on a pistol round. On top of the aiming aspects of pistol rounds, movement is also incredibly important, and is actually our first pillar of pistol aim. Because most people are going to go for headshots, you should be using your movement specifically to make yourself harder to hit. This is why on T side, you will see the first player jumping around being super hard to hit to make space for his teammates behind him. Movement also applies on the CT side though. In this clip here, we can see how Nico uses his movement to displace the aim of Flames, who is trying to trade out the first entry. Headshot accuracy is incredibly important in pistol rounds. If you don't hit the head, it's going to take a lot of body shots to get a kill. This is why Nico includes some crouching in this duel, and you can see from the POV of Flames, he tries to hit the head but misses because of this crouch, and then when he readjusts, Nico stands up while moving, making Flames hit the body instead. This seems like a pretty small thing, but making yourself hard to hit is 50% of the battle in pistol duels. If you never crouch and never move, your opponent is going to hit the headshot first, which means it's probably GG for you in that round. Another round I'd like to look at real quick is this round from Shuai on Dust 2, and this is for another reason. When you're shooting static targets like you would in aimbots, for example, doing quick and accurate adjustments is one of the things that pistols really benefit from. Because you are shooting one bullet at a time, the room for error is really small. Compared to when you are rifling, most people don't hit the instant headshot. You can always continue your spray and convert the kill pretty quickly anyways. Missing your shot on a pistol round is much more punishing because you don't really have this fallback. Later on, I'll talk about how to practice this using some of Refrag's training modes, but before that, let's quickly do one more example. This round we have Monazy getting a 4K from the back of B site on Inferno. Breaking down each kill, we can see that the first kill mainly comes down to excellent crosshair placement, but the second kill is based on 2 additional core skills, which are tracking and flicking. You can see this in play on the last kill of this round 2, where there is a little bit of tracking and then a micro flick to adjust to the head. And that's an additional 2 pillars of pistol aim, tracking and flicking. The final pillar is of course crosshair placement, and this is obviously just a core Counter-Strike skill in general. Pretty much all of these clips I've shown use crosshair placement to some degree. In this Senzu clip, for example, you can see most of these kills come down to excellent crosshair placement. You'll notice he barely needs to adjust his crosshair at all, and that is the power of good crosshair placement. So with all of that in mind, let's establish the 4 pillars of pistol aim and develop an aim training routine to take you to the next level. As mentioned, the 4 pillars of pistol aim are movement, tracking, flicking, and crosshair placement. Now, I'm going to be using Refrag's training tools to develop this routine. Some of this training can be substituted using our workshop map, for example, but if you want to get the full experience, you can use the code YTP15 to get 15% off your Refrag subscription today. The entire routine we've developed for you guys will be linked in the description below for you to use as part of your daily training. So let's get into it. First up, we have Refrag's aimbots mode. Now, this will be pretty familiar to most of you. The main difference with Refrag's version of this mode is that the arenas use actual maps you play every day. We want to use this to build up some fundamentals, so the goal here is to accurately adjust to each target while maintaining a pretty good speed. Obviously, you're going to miss a few shots here and there, and if you do miss, just try to move to the next target and come back to the one you missed a bit later. Once you finish up your 30 kills here, Refrag routines will automatically load up the next task for you. Once you finish up your aimbots on the Glock, the next task is Blitz. This is the bulk of our training, and the way it works is bots will peek out onto you and you will have to quickly adjust to kill them as quickly as possible. This is where it's really important to use your movement as part of your aim. Some of these bots will be stationary and some will be constantly on the move, meaning you will have to use all the pistol skills we talked about previously to deal with them. What's really important here is try to use your movement as much as possible, since that's what's actually going to be needed in a real game. Stay still for too long and the bots will take you out pretty quickly, so it makes this game mode actually pretty realistic to in-game scenarios. After you finish up Blitz, we have our repeat mode, and this one is great for training those micro flicks we saw in the Monazy clip before. These are actually pretty important in pistol rounds, and this game mode is one of the best to train this skill. Essentially, you're just going to peek out onto angles and try and quickly adjust your aim to the head. You can actually try and peek back in and out to try and use crosshair placement here as well. After that, you have our clutch mode, which essentially helps you build the habit of taking good duels. You'll spawn at a point of cover where you will have to pick and choose which fights you want to take. This just helps a lot with your spatial awareness on the map and which angles you can and can't be shot from. The last mode we have, of course, is X-Fire, and this one is great to help you peek into angles while also training your ability to hold angles. And this one is great for general crosshair placement, so I would recommend using it outside of just pistols too. So that's the entire routine. If you use this routine before you hop into a competitive game, I promise you that you will start to see insane improvements on your pistol aim. This routine is obviously geared towards pistol aim, but if you want a more general warm-up as well, we have the official routines from Pimp, Elige, and Twists for you guys to check out. So again, if you want to try Refrag, use the code YTP15 for 15% off. If you liked the video, subscribe for more content like this, and let us know what videos you want to see next. Thanks for watching, and peace out.